You gotta smoke it. I know, gotta knock you down. I'm gonna drown in this liquor.
OG Paco.
I'm fucking around with my liver. But I won't stop, no, until I drop, no. I'm trying to drown in this liquor. Had to eat my pain, I'm fucking around with my liver. But I won't stop, no, not until my liver go and drown. I'm trying to drown in this liquor. Had to ease the pain, I'm fucking around with my liver. Never had a name, look at me now, getting bigger. Fighting through the pain, smoke out the pound with my niggas.
Yeah.
Can't tell me nothing, I'm gonna rise through the struggle. Every day I wake up moving pies with my brothers. Moving through the trenches, only ride with each other. Yeah, we know the risk, ain't scared to die for one another. My brother pop a pill, thinking it's gonna take the pain away. See so much I should've switched.
Brockton's own.
My blood up in the car, lifeless, so I won't forget the day. The look up on your face, kill me when you make the knock.
OG Paco. Let's go.
I ain't trying to lose you, so stop thinking that this life's a game. Demon after demon, and he down it just to ease the pain. For you, I'm sending shots. Yeah, for you, I bury blocks. I'm taking all these drugs, ain't trying to lose you.
GMS PODCAST. Fell back a little bit. Press that reset button. We're gonna let this one ride out. Facebook can't do shit with this one. You ready, Nice? Yeah. I gotta let this ride. We almost done. GMS the podcast. We back. Young boy, OG Paco.
Shout out to Paco.
Yeah. What's going on? We back. GMS the podcast. It's just the two of us. Just for tonight. My name is B.I., a.k.a. Mr. Handle Your B.I., and I am here with another person. Nah, y'all know this man. His name is you know who.
It's me, man. Nice, a.k.a. Fly Nyce. The one they love to hate, the one they hate to love.
There you go. What's going on, my brother?
What's up with you, bro?
Man, trying to stay, avoiding the Kool-Aid, or should I say avoiding the Clorox. I'm not going to drink the Clorox.
Inject the disinfectant?
Nah, all I do is I'll spray that like cologne, but I'm not going to ingest that. I think that's kind of silly.
No bullshit. If anybody did inject that, I couldn't even really blame Trump, because if you're stupid enough to do that, that just has nothing to do with him even telling you to, like if you were even dumb enough to believe that you could do that, I'm holding you fully responsible.
100%.
Like, yeah, I know what Trump was saying, but bro, I can't, like, that's just, come on.
I'm gonna say what it is. It's stupid.
It is, like, that
stupid,
shit is
man.
just ridiculous, bro.
Hey, man,
But,
at the end of
like,
the day,
even to clarify, like, I was clowning when he said it, but I get what he was basically saying. He didn't tell people to inject it,
right.
But he was like, do you guys think you guys could ever figure out a safe way to do it? In other words, y'all do so many amazing things. You ever think you could maybe do that? Like, I get what he was saying, but it was still like, you hear it and you just like, yo, did he really just say that?
My personal feeling is I understood, like, it seemed like he was basically saying, okay, so if Clorox can get rid of this virus, why doesn't somebody figure out how to, I think he even said like something like ultraviolet rays, and then using Clorox. I get it, but I don't think he ever said go take a couple shots of Lysol, Clorox, or whatever.
Whatever. He didn't, but still, it's just the fact that you have to decipher what he kind of says, and you have to tell the public, like, whoa, no, that's not what he was saying. It's like, come on, dog. We just went from Obama, who could articulate himself phenomenally,
right,
to him. Yo, did he just say to inject? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, that's just annoying. Period. Like, why does every time he says something, we have to decipher what the fuck he says, bro?
Yeah.
It's just a, bro. And then you get his little fucking minions. Not all of them, but some of his supporters, like I said, they aggravate me more than him. But you get his fucking minions that run around. As soon as he said that dumb shit, his minions already right there to defend it, bro. And then the next day it was like, I seen a couple people post some things like, oh, actually you can inject UV light, and the disinfectant they were talking about wasn't Lysol. So when he brought up disinfectant, he was actually right. And then Trump comes out and says himself, I was just being sarcastic. It's like, so he's being sarcastic. Clearly he was talking about the disinfectant we all thought he was talking about.
Right.
And you fucking minions run and try to justify this dude's idiotic statement, dog. Like, y'all just can't be like, you know what, he shouldn't have said that. I had like one or two Trump supporters that were like, you know what, yeah, bro, that was crazy that he said that shit. You know, like, he probably misspoke, which I give that to him. He probably did misspeak. We've all done it. But, bro, it's fucking annoying sitting there dealing with the Trump supporters that will justify all of his shit. That's what annoys me. Yeah. That's why I come the way I do sometimes. Because that shit annoys me. Like, dude, you can vote for the dude or whatever, right?
Right.
But stop defending him like he's your best friend. Yeah. Stop defending him like, since he took office, your life has drastically changed. Come on, cut the shit.
Yeah, if my best friend says some dumb shit, I'm gonna probably, I'm gonna call him out on it, or him or her out on some grown man shit. And I think Trump supporters, it's been a couple years now. Like, if he says dumb shit, say it's dumb shit. Yeah. It is what it is.
Don't run to his defense like he didn't just say, or he didn't just imply that maybe scientists could figure out a way to fucking inject basically Lysol.
Right.
Like, that's what he fucking said. Mm-hmm. And they're quick to just be like, that's not what he said. You guys are idiots. You're like, oh, we're idiots. We're idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was ironic too, because the day before I put up something about Biden. I'm not even a Biden supporter, but I put something up saying, look, the polls still got him winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been day one. Remember, I was like, yo, I think if Biden runs, he's going to win. And then you had same thing, Trump supporters jumping on it. You're an idiot if you vote for Biden. You're a fucking moron if you vote for Biden. The next day, Trump's like, you guys think you guys can find a safe way to inject disinfectant? Speaking on fucking Lysol. Like, but me or anybody else that wants to endorse Biden is a fucking moron and an idiot. It's like, come on. This is crazy. Well, like, just admit if he says something dumb, he says something dumb, but you still support him. You like his policies, whatever, but he says dumb shit. I'm cool with that. I can't argue with that.
It's not 100% on everything, because there's a couple of things that Obama had done that I agreed to, but, at the end of the day, I can tell you, hey, I don't stand where he stood on this particular topic, and that's okay. That's okay.
Right.
And I think people have a couple of things. I think people have a problem with, one, not saying that their president is wrong, which is crazy. Because he's human, last I checked, or maybe he isn't. But at the end of the day, he is fallible. He's not infallible. So it's okay for us to just say, okay, listen, this guy, he's kind of got off the rails. He's messing up. He doesn't know how to I think he just has a problem with just taking his business, removing his business side and applying it to things that require morality or just a human side or affection. You know what I mean? He's all cutthroat, very business.
He's on business side of things, and that doesn't always require you to be the most ethical person. Bro.
Correct.
You do anything for money, because that they've done studies on. I haven't looked deep into it, but just to touch like quick, like there's studies that shown like psychopathy runs within like people, white collar people, CEOs and shit like that, man. Right. Like they'll do things that could affect other people, and they don't care. It doesn't bother them at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've done studies on it, or however they did it through neuroscience. They studied their brain or whatever. I briefly read something about it. So it's like, he's not the most ethical person when it comes to certain things, because that's not how he moves throughout his business.
Yeah.
It's not really.
He's a businessman. He's rough. He's to the point. You don't have time for giving you a soliloquy. He just wanted to say, hey, this is what I need. This is what I want. Make it happen. And he'll say everything's beautiful. Everything, he tries to over exceed expectations, which is why a lot of people, when he said, I think it was March 6th, he said we should have at least 1 or 2 million tests. I laughed. I know nothing about it, but I was like, there's no way. There's no way. And look, we're still struggling to get tested, but that's all right, man.
Right.
Let's pull back up. Let's just say again, we're back. GMS the podcast. We're missing our brother from another mother, Peazy in the streets. He's out there just, taking the night off. The brother works hard, man, So we were like, hey, listen, we gonna hold it down for him.
Yeah, 3 jobs. I salute him.
100%. Shout outs to a couple people checking us out. I see Jamal Brown. I see Miko. Shout out to you. I see the wife. Thank you, baby. You know, J.R. Hepburn. Who else you see over there?
Yeah. Adam, Tim. Oh, you on there?
Okay, let's get to the shits. I'm done with the quarantine, man, because I don't even know how many days. Do you know how many days this has been going on? I know I announced it in January when I told you I can't say his name so he doesn't get in trouble with the Chinese government. But I shared the video and I was like, hey, there's something going down over here. We might want to start taking, paying attention. But
it's basically been since like what? March?
Well, here for us in the States, they started taking it seriously in March. But so quarantine, with the kids, I think it's been at least a month because I think the last day for them was the 16th or something.
At least a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's over 50,000 deaths in the country in a month, bro. That shit's wild.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. But you know what? Peazy sent me this question, and I was like, all right, let me think about it. So ATL, they're reopening at this time. Do you think there's a plot against African American? There has been that rhetoric going around. A lot of people have been saying that. But for me, I just can't really say that is a thing. I think I lost Nyce here, so I'm here alone. So I'm going to speak to the people. I think first, giving false narratives is the worst possible thing that you can do. At the end of the day, when you got individuals that are prepared to ingest Lysol, chlorine, bleach, whatever the case may be, I think that's the worst thing possible. As I'm speaking to you guys, I apologize. I'm blocking the screen, but I'm going to send this Zoom thing back to Nyce. And let me know if you guys want to join in as well. But I think providing those false narratives, man, is really going to hurt people. I think it's really going to put us at a worse place. Here he goes. He looks like he's coming in. We just got to stop that shit, man. I just don't think that. Hey, welcome back. You back. Check your audio. Do your audio, brother. Hold on. Check your audio. Hold on, guys.
I'm good.
Oh, I can hear you now. Boom. Now, so what I was saying is, hold on. I don't like this speaker. There we go. I was just saying that when people kind of give these false narratives out there, they're actually assisting the virus, because there's a lot of people that really don't believe what's going on. They're like, no, it's just to hurt, this group of individuals, minorities, this and that. Aren't we at that point where people should start believing?
Yeah.
Like,
it's sad, though. It's sad. Like, I put up a post earlier today, I think it was, and I was saying, man, listen, there's no cure, there's no treatment, there's no vaccine yet. And you got people out here saying, let's open up the country.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are we going to open up the country when we have nothing right now? It's, we're still a bunch of cases, a whole bunch of deaths. And then it's one thing if you want to disagree, but my thing is like, what's your solution, man?
We're flying blind.
Like, and I had some people disagreeing, but I ain't getting no other solution. Right. I hate that.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm just giving my opinion, right? And if you disagree, cool, that's all right. But tell me what your fucking solution is. Don't just disagree. But I get that a lot on my page. People will disagree just to disagree.
I think so.
And that's cool. They do it all the time. But the thing is, like, that's cool. I don't care. But just give me a solution. What's your solution, bro? Stop just trying to disagree just to find an angle to disagree. Give me your solution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I couldn't get that. And it was just like, all right, man, I don't know what to say at that point. Because it's like, I don't understand how people think opening this up is going to be better. Let's just look at it like this. Imagine if we never locked anything down or shut anything down or were not told to practice social distancing, right? We have 50,000 deaths, and that's with things being shut down and the CDC and everything else telling us to practice social distancing. Imagine what it would be like right now if we just were living our everyday life just like normal seasonal flu.
As if it wasn't here? As if it wasn't even here?
Like we do with the flu season, right?
Yeah.
We don't lock shit down. We don't do none of that. And that's why I keep saying to people like, yo, we've already had 50,000 deaths.
Right.
And we have that with pretty much a whack lockdown. Not in real, but it's pretty much shit's basically closed down.
Yeah.
Right? Really know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of people staying in the house for the most part, a lot more than most if everything was up and running.
Right,
we got 50,000. We have the highest amount of cases. Let's just imagine what it would be like if we never did any of that.
Any of that, yeah.
It would be crazy.
Yeah.
It would be crazy.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? And it's like, so for people to suggest that the country should be open again, I'm like, well, what leads you to believe that you should do that? I'm not saying you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, like, did you hear an infectious disease specialist say that? An epidemiologist tell you that? Is there another scientist that's, you know, an expert in this area on viruses, this virus telling you that we should just open it back
Where's
up?
this shit coming from?
But I didn't get none of that.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to. I think this is what it is, and I'm going to steal this thunder from you, because I've kind of mentioned it before. Again, because people are going to come slam me, and that's okay. You know, born in Canada, parents are Haitian, so I'm appreciative of America, appreciative of what my family has been able to accomplish so far. As you know, you can tell other people do well in this country. That's why they come to America. There's a lot of opportunities. But I think with the opportunities, too, what happens with a lot of Americans is they've become just like really spoiled. You know what I mean? They feel as though they're entitled. They feel as though that, you know what, you can't keep me down for this long. You're supposed to figure this out. This is America, fam. And, you know, actually, you know, I'll say it. My brother said it to me. And he was like, bro, I'm actually getting scared. I was like, what you talking about? He was like, with this whole, you know, with Corona and everything. I'm like, what is it that's scaring you? Let's talk about it. He was like, this is America, fam. Those were his words. This is America. We should have been figured this shit out. And I was like, wow. Okay. If he's thinking that way, and, you know, my brother's very well educated. He gets it. But he falls in that American crack where and by American crack, I mean in the fact that he feels entitled, like, nah, this is supposed to be happening over here to another country, another location. You know what I mean? So I think with that's why you have like states like Florida, they're out in the beaches just enjoying themselves, which is insane to me.
It is. That's why, you know, when I watched that thing I was telling you about earlier on Netflix, if anybody hasn't seen it, it's like a 1-episode thing. They're going to have more, but it's called Understanding Corona, the coronavirus. And, yo, they made a valid point, though. They were like, you know, we weren't prepared in the sense of medical equipment, the way that we should have had, whatever you want to call it, supplies and stuff, right? Yep. Masks and things of that nature, right? We weren't prepared in that sense. But where we are with medicine and science, we're prepared to deal with this.
Right.
Like we've made great strides since 1918 and stuff like that. Like we are prepared to deal with it, and we're going to deal with it. Mm-hmm. And people just got to understand that right now there's no real known treatment. There's like 70 of them that they're working on. That's just a treatment.
Right.
That could just help you if you get sick.
Possible.
Right? But there's like possible ones, right? And then as of right now, if anybody doesn't know, from what I've researched, listening to, I always stress this, experts, but they're saying that the quickest you're really going to see a vaccine is like 18 months.
Yep.
So, and that's if we can even,
and
that's the quick.
And that's aggressive. And that's real. That's being very aggressive.
So right now, from knowing just that, right, knowing that we have no cure, we have no treatment, and no vaccine, it's like, all right, we probably shouldn't open up. That's my opinion. I don't think we should do that. And then they said that had China acted 3 weeks sooner, they would have prevented 95% of their cases. Mm-hmm. And when they went into a lockdown, had Italy locked their country down right when China went into a lockdown, instead of 3 weeks later, they would have prevented 95% of their cases. And then they said that we did the same exact thing. They said we watched Italy go into a lockdown and waited 3 weeks to go into a lockdown. And had we did it when they went into a lockdown, we would have prevented 95% of cases. Now we're the number one hotspot with the most cases and most deaths. Nobody's even near us.
Yeah.
Nobody's even near us. And this is what goes, and to touch on what you were saying about Americans being entitled. You see all of that, right? You see all of that. And you still have people, I see it on my timeline. And I know other people see it too. You still have people saying, yo, fuck that. I don't care. I'm going outside. They're not locking me down. The American government ain't infringing upon my rights. Don't listen to the government. This is them trying to take over. A dude's like, yo, dude, fuck politics. Put politics aside. Put all that shit, how you view the government aside, and understand that this is about life and death, yo. This ain't about politics. This ain't about Democrat, Republican. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Right.
This is about a virus that's killing people. specifically a lot of old people.
Mm-hmm.
And now that it's been around for a little bit, when people used to say, you know anybody with COVID-19? You know what? Yeah, now I do know people with it.
Word.
I know more than one people, more than one person. And I know people who have had elderly family members who have died from it.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I don't care about your political view on it. I don't care about how you feel about the government and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, people are dying, bro. And if you're advocating that we should reopen the country, I got to ask you why. I need some real reason behind it. I think like it goes back to just people are just entitled, bro.
Isn't it scary though that people sometimes need to experience the pain to appreciate what's really going on or to actually believe it? You know what I mean? We got people that are having funeral services and only allowed to have 10 people. That's
bro. They can't even bury their people. They can't even say goodbyes the right way.
Word.
You're gonna have people using Zoom at funerals.
Yeah. Like we're in a different time, man. And let's keep on a different time, right? The people wearing masks, because in China, previous to this, they were wearing masks anyway. I think that's going to be somewhat the new norm going forward. As far as like, hey, if you're gonna go see somebody in an elderly home, you need to get checked for fevers before you walk in. It only makes sense to me because their immune system is already below what our standard immune system is. You know what I mean? Having masks.
Elderly, they have some type of medical issue already.
Correct.
You get old.
They have underlying conditions. And thank you for that segue. And you know what? Just because I did ask before you went off the Peazy question, which is with Atlanta opening up, are they focusing on African Americans? If you're going to create a conspiracy theory, it sounds good. It fits the criteria. It kind of works. But my thing is unfortunately, and I said this to my homie Junior Rodigan, salute to him for having me on the show, his show. I said that unfortunately, African Americans have a lot of these underlying conditions, hypertension, diabetes, So because of that, now you're fighting another battle, which is, I'm not saying COVID is simple, but it is a flu-like virus. It's much stronger. And guess what? Because you have hypertension, diabetes, now the battle really begins,
And what's funny is I forget his name. He's an infectious disease specialist, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about that. He was saying that certain underlying conditions that Americans rate like number one in, right? Whether it's obesity, diabetes, heart disease, things of that nature. He said this virus could affect America a lot different than it could affect other countries.
Yeah.
And now look, they're like, oh, now all the medical experts and all the scientists, doctors, whatever, they're going, damn. Yeah. That's why the person died. Yeah, that person had diabetes, or that person was obese, or they had, a heart disease or whatever. They're like, that's why they died from it.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you can create the conspiracy theories and shit like that. That's fine with me. I don't really entertain them too much. But, when I see people, like I shared an article today, Chicago, there was a house party with like 1,000 people showed up. That
was ridiculous, bro.
That was crazy. You seen I think it was in Tennessee where a whole project threw like a birthday party.
Yeah.
And then and now this isn't to just single out like African Americans, because you've got a whole bunch of white people doing dumb shit too. All gathering together. And shout out to my man Junior Hepburn, because he pointed this shit out. I was dying. You got these bozos gathering together, protesting the right to open up the country again.
Yeah.
And they're wearing fucking masks and gloves. You're like, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking hypocrites.
Yeah, how idiotic can we get, yo?
Yeah.
How stupid can we get?
But
and I'm no fucking genius. You're no fucking genius, but come on, dog. This is common sense at this point, bro. Yeah. And some people are just being blatantly ignorant. It's blatant ignorance at this point.
And you know what's funny, though, to add to the ignorance is the fact that the government is saying, hey, you know what? It's going to be okay. Here's $1,200 to like hold you down. And I've said this on a podcast. I never understood as to why, because that's a carrot to me. Why, if you really know, hey, we're going to be in this for a long run, shut the mortgages down. Tell these bank owners, hey, these people are going to need their money.
Yeah, you can't hit people with that. Hit them on the back end.
Exactly. And they're not going anywhere. And they need to survive. And then give that $1,200. I don't know if you read, there's another article. They're talking about creating a second stimulus package, another $1,200. I know people are like probably like, yay. That's not good news. It's good news for the interim, which is the immediate things that you need to get.
Right.
I get it. Like, and I'm not going to act as if I'm better, but like paying the electricity, buying food or whatever it is. But I have friends that own liquor stores, and they're telling me that they haven't worked as hard as they've been working the past month, like in years. Like people are just coming out.
That be open though.
They could care. They're like, fuck it, it's whatever. My thing is, it's cool. I drink a beverage here and there, but it's just showing you where people's mindset is. They're like, all right, I'm just gonna take this bread and I'm gonna roll with it. They're giving you an additional $600 a week to your unemployment already. Like, people are not seeing this. Is like, to me, these are all flags. Red flags.
My thing is this: they can do all of that, right? You can give people unemployment, you can give them the extra $600, but then there's people who weren't eligible for unemployment,
right?
And that's why I put the post up the other day. I'm like, what about the people that just got their life together due to whatever, whether it was drug abuse or anything, right? Maybe they came home from prison, whatever the case may be. Bottom line is, we all make mistakes.
They're not on the same platform. What about them?
So they just got their shit together, right? Just started working, just got an apartment or whatever. Now they're not eligible for unemployment, but they still got a rent that got to be paid.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing about them? People are like, well, I don't know, they should, but what if they can't? And then if they can't, this is why the government should be suspending mortgages and suspending rents for people and shit like that. Because there's some people out there that are in that situation.
You're right.
You feel me?
That's, I think it's 60% of our income goes to like rent or mortgage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, and then food, and then the rest is whatever you have. You make what you can. You make do, and that's what to me just doesn't make sense. And that's why the idea of they're saying, yo, they're trying to push certain groups of people out of here. It kind of falls in line, and I hate to say that because to me that's not being responsible. You know, but it does fall in line with that rhetoric, unfortunately.
Yeah, right.
You know,
it does though.
But man, let's go. Let me. I want to feel better, man. I've been in this house too much. We've been talking a little too much of that shit.
And we said we wasn't going to talk about it, but it's still some shit had to be said, bro. Because you still see, as a couple people have said on here, Natalia commented, a couple other people commented, that you just see that it's idiotic to just be out there like nothing's going on and to be advocating to just open up this country again, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck about the economy right now, and I'm more worried about lives, people that are dying, bro. Like, this is beyond just, the economy. Nah, all this did for me was show that the government's more than capable to make sure everybody can get money if they really need it, bro. We know that. Yeah. So, I just want to move on from that shit, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take a pivot turn on this. Today's a special day. I got my guy. I don't know if he's still on here. We had James on here. He was watching us. He's always a supporter of the show, always helps the show out when he can. But today's his birthday, brother. You know what I mean? Another thing that's a little different for people, man, celebrating birthday. So what we did is a group of us came together. And you know what? We just showed up at the house, had a little sign, and we're just honking the horn. And I just want to play this, man, just for my guy. You know what I mean?
What up, man?
Happy birthday, Marcus. That's his son. Had to give him the Stevie Wonder version.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
That's a better version.
It's a, yo. The one beef I have with that record is, like if you go to a party, like how many times do you sing that part till we stop?
I know there's no, though.
There should be somebody needs to hit up Stevie and be like, hey, Stevie, if we're doing a party, we're playing your music, man. Like, how many times you need us to say that shit, man? I think like 3, 4. Maybe it's your child, so you want them excited. You give them 5. But even my kids are like, all right, man, come on. Let's get to it.
Right.
Because we do the black side and the white side because we love all sides, man. But listen, let's talk about some good shit. Shit that I think is cool. If you don't mind, let's get to the shits. Every day. I'm going to ask you a question. True or false? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a statement. Women have sex with who they want, but men have sex with who they can. True or false?
Yeah, for me, it's true all day.
All day.
I've always said that. Yeah, there's two all day, and I say I think that it's incorrect to say as a man you fucked her.
Yeah,
because I feel like she has the final say as to whether or not you fucking or not.
you damn
So
right.
if you want to be accurate, she fucked you. You didn't fuck her. Because if she said
1000%.
you wasn't getting, no, you wasn't getting.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think I think that's an accurate statement.
Yeah, man. Because I'll tell you this, man. Just from my personal experience, I think we've talked about it. Just different type of sexual things that we've done in our lives. Where I was fortunate enough, and notice I use the word fortunate enough, to have a three-way. This was not planned. Nice. We were just out. A couple of us, we were cooling, whatever. The person I knew, okay, boom, boom, boom. And then she asked, can my friend play along? What was I going to say? Was I supposed to say no? So I participated, you know?
Right.
But was it me? I had no role in that.
Think of it like this, too. Have you ever been with a female and then say y'all didn't have sex, and then she said, well, it was because of you. You didn't want to have sex. So, I mean, I just, like, I ain't never. Nah. Usually when I was with a female and it didn't pop off, it was because I know that she wasn't trying to make that pop off. Because I'm not, listen, if the energy is right.
The vibe is right. It's going
vibe is right.
Yeah.
I'm going on the energy. I'm the doubt. So we can do this as long as we do this safe and responsible. I'm cool with it. I'm not, wrong. So, but I ain't had a female tell me, oh, we didn't fuck
because of you. You didn't seem interested. You didn't. Nah, man.
Yeah, nice. You didn't see me. I'll be like, what?
Me?
What did I do? Let me know.
Is that? Let me ask you a question.
So I never do it again.
So if that had happened to you, would you probably would have blamed it on your brother since you got a twin?
Yeah, I'd have said that wasn't me. That was him.
Sorry, Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that ain't me. That must have been Gene or Sin. They kind of look like me sometimes when the light's out.
Nah, but yeah. But I mean, I don't know, man.
But we have no control. And you know what, man? And I don't know. Tell me what do you think? I think, like, for example, like the Me Too movement is kind of faded away, fizzled away. And, I'm pretty sure they were happy about just that statement that we just had, true or false statement. But, like, I know now for a fact, especially with everything that's gone down, it's especially true because they have to concede. They got to sign the form, the dotted line. You got to get a third party to make sure there's a witness,
Hell yeah.
Because it's a little crazy out here in these streets, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think most men would probably prefer anyways, and this is just for any woman that's listening, most men would prefer regardless, I think, if y'all would, like, y'all make that move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because dudes don't, like, I don't know about you, but I hate when you try to go make a move and then the female's like, oh, nah, and you're like, damn, I read that wrong.
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
Like, most of the time it's like, all right, fine, you feel me? But I think most dudes
to the ego.
Would just be a lot more, because we know y'all had the final say anyway. So it's like, why not just put the ball in your court? Like, you're in control of this. I think that's the way it should be. You in control of this. If you wanna touch me, you know what I'm saying? Go
ahead.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not, especially with like the Me Too shit going on and all of that. Like, you as a man, and I'm not, I mean, as a man, it is tough because you kind of have to be careful.
You
may touch a female the wrong way, and she could just, I didn't like the way he touched me. I felt like whatever, I was assaulted with that. You could be. So I would just say, like, to prevent all of that, we should start pushing that narrative that, women are the ones that are really in control, and it's okay as a woman to make a move. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some women I think won't do it because they don't want to be judged. They don't want to be looked at like, oh, I don't want him to feel like I'm a hoe.
That you out there, that she's out there. Yeah.
Because it's like, there's probably women that was thinking, hey, I'd love to bust him down on the first date. Everything was going good.
But
the vibe was there, everything. But I didn't want him to look at me like this, so I didn't do it. Or I wanted to kiss him, but I didn't want him to look at me like that, so I didn't do it. Or whatever the case may be. There's a stigma that comes with that, and that shit needs to be removed. You know what I mean? And I think it would be beneficial to men and women because a lot of men would be like, whoa, I bet now she kissing on me. One thing leading to, okay, now it's either gonna, it's gonna go there or it's not. At least you know that she initiated that.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And
then if
cool.
it's try to take it further, and then she could say, "Oh, nah, look, I really wasn't trying to go that far." Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I respect that and keep it. Yeah.
But it's awkward as fuck. I don't know about you.
It is kind of weird. It's like
it's awkward when you read the situation wrong, and you're like, "Yo, come here, yo," and you try to put a kiss on her or something or grab, and she's like, "Oh, nah, it ain't even like that." You be like, "Damn."
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck. Now it's all awkward and shit because you're like, "Damn, I read that wrong." You feel me? I think just a
crickets out here.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know what to say. You're like, all right.
But listen, let me ask you this though, right? Because I read this online, and this is a podcast I follow, and the quote he put, he said, "Fellas, just because you only," I repeat, fellas, just because you only want to have sex with a woman, that doesn't make you a bad guy. Good guys fuck all the time. Be upfront and say what you want. What's your thoughts?
I agree with that. I agree with that all day. I had a girl say that. You know, I was having a conversation with a female today on Facebook, and it was on one of. That's why I told you about that question that was posed. It was basically about multiple partners or feeling nasty.
Okay.
But anyway, I was like, yo, listen, I've had multiple partners. Let's define multiple partners real quick so people don't think I had 50 women at once. That's not what I mean. You know what I mean? There was a time where I had about 2-3 different women that I was consistently rotating with, and I fucked with all of them. I just wasn't trying to be in a relationship.
Yep.
But once again, I was fucking them.
Right.
And that's all I really wanted from it. I didn't really want nothing more, but I enjoyed their company.
Right.
And I was all about being upfront, honest, and respectful with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take them out on dates. I would be open with them and respectful to them and let them know, like, yo, you're not the only one I'm sleeping with.
Right.
You feel me? That's why we wear it.
Yeah.
That's why we wear it, because I'm not in this to hurt you.
Right.
I'm not in this to play games with you.
That's some grown man shit.
You feel me? Like, if you cool with that, then cool. We can be cool with that. Like, I'll take you out to nice places where I go to and because I enjoy your company.
Right.
And I respect you as a person. So I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to play games. None of that shit.
Yeah.
But I just was trying to basically go out with you and take you home, and we fucked, and that was our relationship. It was cool.
It was cool. It was a good time.
I look at that as, I was just trying to fuck, but I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah. It's like, to me, I think if people were more receptive of that, but I think there's just fuck boys out there that, that they're like, man, I just brought her out to eat. I did all this and she didn't let me hit. You should understand sometimes they have the right to say no. They can say no. Yeah. At the end of
understand that taking a female out doesn't mean that you getting some pussy at the end of the day. Like, that's just, as you just said, it's not no grown man shit. That's just immature, juvenile mentality, bro. Shorty doesn't owe you nothing because she went out with you and you bought her some food, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna call that's some fuckboy shit. We're gonna call them that, man. Yeah, that's some clown shit.
That's what I mean.
But I brought her to the roof, Chris, dog. I brought her here.
Yeah. Like, okay, right. That's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See, I always knew that at the end of the day, if I take a female out and after we chilling or whatever, and the night's coming to an end, I'm gonna ask her, okay, what's up? What you want to do?
Yeah.
I'm about to go home. That's me saying, you trying to come?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if she says, oh, all right, I'm about to go home, I bet. And then on the way home, dropping her off, I'm probably hitting up another female that I was fucking with because I'm nice, I'm tipsy, I still want to fuck something. I'll be real.
Yeah.
And I hit up another female and be like, yo, what you doing? If she hits back, which most of the time one or two of them would, so what you doing? None. I'm trying to come over.
Then you know what it is.
Yep. And I pull up, but I never expected a female to, like, once again, to, have sex just because I went out with her. I took out to dinner. That's just crazy. Like, I don't think like that.
Well, we got a question, Nice. We got a question. Hold on. It says, how would you have felt if she was doing that to you? Nice. I'm going to laugh at that one because that's basically kind of flipping the script on you. I think it is what it is. Come on, man. We all have, females approached you and maybe she's gotten dressed up looking real nice and fly, whatever the case may be. And it says, hey, let's go out to dinner, do all the thing, boom, 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 boom. And at the end of the day, she's like, all right, thank you, and leaves.
Yeah,
listen,
I
man,
ain't no problem.
Me neither. I'm saying it is what it is. I think it's these young boys, and I'm not saying by age, I said young-minded boys that feel as though that simply because you're going out and you're entertaining people that it can't just be just that, or that there has to be, yo, I paid for it. To me, and I think we talked about this in our very early podcast. If that's the case, you just looking for a prostitute, then, bruh. You know what I mean?
And bro, like that's yeah, and you also have them dudes, right? Where that's why I kind of the question is even posed if a guy wants to fuck, just wants to fuck, is he a bad guy basically,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you do get ignorant dudes that are just like, yo, I'm just trying to fuck, and then they ask a shorty like, yo, you just want to smoke or drink something real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't finna do this, though. She knows right there. You just trying to fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You if you're trying to approach it like that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Be prepared.
you the bad guy.
Yeah.
You the bad guy. You the bozo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And be prepared that she's gonna be like, yo, girl, he thought he was gonna get up, smoke, drink, and just fuck. Like that's all we was gonna do. We wasn't gonna even go out and vibe together. We weren't gonna do nothing. We was just gonna get up and fuck. That's all.
Yeah.
If you're approaching it like that, yeah, of course you're gonna look like an idiot. Of course you're not gonna be considered the good guy.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
I
There's
think
a way to go about that shit.
We're gonna need to help our guy over here. We got a friend of the show. We got Rudely on here. He's saying he gets emotional. And you know what? I ain't gonna front, Rudely. I used to be like that. I used to be that dude that used to get emotional until a female friend was like, hey yo, what the fuck is really going on with you?
I don't get emotional, but I give a female like 3-4 dates before you gotta give up that box, shorty. I ain't fucking with you. I'm straight. Know what I mean? That's how I was moving. I probably don't really think like that no more because if I vibe with a chick and I really like her energy, you're like, all right, whatever, she's cool. I could keep kicking it with her, if I really, really, really am digging her like that.
Yeah.
But around that time when you kind of, you out there, you doing your thing, like, man, I go out with her a couple times here and there, 3-4 times, and I'm not going to bullshit places. So, because when I go out, I like to.
You enjoy yourself, yeah.
So I will take him to Roof Chris. I'll take him to Del Frisco's. I'll take him to Ocean Farm. I'll take him to Morton's. Like I like that shit. So, all right, cool. We're gonna go out. We're gonna have time, but at the end of the day, I'm only doing that with you so much before.
Yeah. But
like,
it also sounds like you just doing it because guess what? You want to have good steak or a good meal. You actually like that place.
And I like having the person's company too. Yeah. Like I enjoy their company too. So it's like
it ain't nothing wrong with that.
But shorty, you're not. I mean, at some point you gotta like, all right, listen. Like at some point you're gonna start to feel like maybe she is playing games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she is just using. Some girls got dudes in their phone under food.
Yeah.
Now, maybe that's you, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just playing you, and I don't know. Maybe not. But I'd rather be on the safe than sorry side, and I'll be like, she's trying to play me. So you know what? I'm just gonna step off. I'm not gonna be rude about it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop fucking with her.
But I think people gotta just check their egos at the door and just live and learn. And guess what? It's an experience, man. And just keep it pushing. Right. But at the same time, too, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror, right? Like I know a couple friends. What they do is they like to cater. I'm gonna say the old school guys because these new kids, I think new generation, they're more upfront, and the females are more upfront as well. Like, hey, I'm just trying to bust. I'm not really trying to do the romance, the R&B, the this, to that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Young, especially when you're young, your mind is different.
Yeah. Like what you talking about? All this other extra shit. Like I'm just trying to do this. You know what I mean? And I think unfortunately, it all depends on where you are in your life, right? You might just be like, all right, I done did a bunch of this. Now I'm looking for that quote unquote one or whatever you want to name it. And unfortunately, it just ain't happening, or you ain't found that quote unquote one. So you running into all these other females or males that's just looking to just enjoy themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. We got a question that says, what if the girl is celibate and waiting for marriage? Would you respect her values or keep it pushing? I would respect it, but it wouldn't work for me.
I would respect it by keeping it pushing.
Again,
you know what I mean, because if that's not what I'm looking for,
I'm gonna get the audience is clapping on that one, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I would just keep it moving because that's not what I'm looking for, and if that's what another female was looking for, I would respect it and keep it moving.
I definitely respect it too, and I think, especially now where sex is all over TV, you watch this on your phone, it's on there. It ain't hard to see as it was back in the day. So I think there is a little more pressure to have that, sexual part of a relationship. But to me, anyone that's kind of say waiting for it or saving it, I think what if you do save it, you get married and the sex is whack.
Right. That shit is, I mean, exactly, bro. That's why it shouldn't be, I don't think it should be as sacred as people make it out to be.
Because it ain't all about love, man. Not to me, anyway. You know, love plays a huge role, but
more to a relationship. There's so much more to a relationship than sex, anyway.
100%.
So, like, but at the same time, that's still a big part of a relationship because that's the person that you get. Sex is extremely pleasurable, right?
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. So if it's not good,
mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? You got to wonder, like, damn, do I really want to do this right here for the rest of my life with this?
Right. Or with that person?
or
maybe that ain't the side that you thought you were supposed to be on. We got to start thinking that way too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know for me, I knew the side, never thought about the other side, but some people been like, I thought this was what it was. I can't find the one. And then find out that they're tasting, you know, quote unquote, other flavors, if you want to call it that, other genders. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yo, this is better for me. So just to answer her question, I personally, and I think Nyce is saying the same thing, we would respect it. But it just, for me, it just wouldn't work because I need to make sure that I'm sexually attracted to you and that it actually works. Like the sex is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because how many people out there has somebody that they did have sex with,
mm-hmm.
and they look good. You was fully attracted to them, but the sex was trash.
Whack. Yeah,
like it was whack. You're like, oh, shit, that's whack. Like ladies, you know, you might meet a dude, you thought he was fly, all of that, and he was, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I know now that I'm more, you know, I'm older now. That whole thing about size don't matter, and yes it does.
Yeah,
yes it does.
Yeah,
I done heard plenty of women be like. Yes, it does. Because if that shit is, we not, you know,
you're not moving.
Like, we're not doing nothing with
you're
that.
not moving now.
So it does. You know what I mean? It does. So you meet a dude, you think he's good looking, you're fully attracted to him, and then, you know, he might be slacking where he should be packing, and you're like, I can't have that.
And that was my thing too, man. Like, you know, and I'll extend it to marriage, right? My thing, I remember hearing vows, and I'm like, damn, till death do you part, right? So let's say you were to marry your first or whatever, you waited, and then come to find out, but you're like, I'm going to stick it out. Then I think that, unfortunately, could possibly lead to cheating. You know what I mean? And then so much for even saving it, right? I think. Because, like, you saved it for that one, then you're like, all right, this is the one, but then you're like, something's missing. You've never tasted nothing else, but you're like, it's not what my girls are saying. They're talking about fireworks. They're talking about this, and that.
Right.
I don't know. So let me ask you with that, are there levels to cheating, and are some more forgivable than others? So let's just use, and I won't say the person that asked the question, but because it was a female, let's say it's a female. So she's like, hey, I'm going to save this till, you know, I get married. She gets married. 2-3 years down the line, she's like carrying her girls. They're going out to, like, you know, sipping paint, and they're giving stories. And she's like, what? Ain't never ever experienced none of that. And then she starts to dabble. So first question to you with that particular situation, do you think that there's levels to cheating, and are some more forgivable than others?
Yeah, I would say that there's levels. Like, if I caught, let's say if it was just a inbox message,
mm-hmm.
you entertained an inbox message, and maybe the conversation clearly was inappropriate. You was flirting with him, something like that. That's more forgivable than me walking in on you getting your back blown out by the next man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
guns will be blazing.
You feel me? Yeah. I might be able to be like, all right, you know what? We could probably, you know, you was just flirting, whatever. Maybe I might let that go, right? I'm not saying I would. I'm just saying someone might be more willing to let that go
mm-hmm.
than walking in on their significant other just getting fucked. You feel me? So
mm-hmm.
I do think that there's levels to it.
Yeah.
But some people would also say that, nah, cheating is cheating, period.
Yeah.
Right? Like talking, texting, you know, just giving off the impression that you would even be willing to do that
mm-hmm.
is enough for some people. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think that after I get to know somebody well enough, I think that it would depend. Like, I think that if I only knew a female for like a year
mm-hmm.
and she gave off the wrong impression. I think that me not knowing her long enough, I might take that as, nah, I'm straight. I'm good.
Yep.
Just the fact you gave off the wrong impression, I'm straight. But have like you been in a relationship like I've been in now 6 years, is like, all right, if mine was to be like to just give off the wrong impression, I know her so well. I know her so well that I'd probably be more likely to be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You gave off the wrong impression. Don't let that shit happen again.
Right.
Now, I mean, it was a reoccurring thing. Yeah, that's different.
That's
you
another
don't just
world.
Keep,
You know,
keep giving the wrong impression. Obviously, you giving off the wrong impression because you have the wrong intentions.
Yeah.
And you looking for the right time to do it.
Nigga, it's not like you was walking down the street and you didn't fall into some pussy.
Different.
Like, whoa, wait a minute. I forget what comedian
Right.
said that shit, but I'm looking at the thing.
Okay.
So let's get to these questions.
Fonny said cheating is cheating.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I was trying to explain. Some people do look at it like, nah,
right.
anything that all that shit is just as bad. You know, I don't know. I mean, I think that when you got years in a relationship, like certain things you might be like, all right, I might let that slide. Don't let that shit happen again. And then there's some things you're like, that's not sliding at all.
I think it varies with everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it varies with everybody.
Because let me go back to here. I see. So Tina Austin asked, so do either one of you want to? I'm married. I'm already been married. You know, married to my wife, my baby girl, my Jenny Jen. You know, 2017. And what's funny is, when we first started dating, I'll never forget it. I remember I was like, man, I don't know how people get married. I know she was like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? You know what I mean? But I was like, I don't know how people get married, because to me it don't make sense, because people change. You know what I mean? But I also got married at a later age. I wasn't like 23, 24. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, right. I feel like I figured shit out. Like, I experienced life. You know what I mean?
I think it takes time to really make sure that, because sometimes a relationship, number one, you can find out who the person really is, and you just don't fuck with that person.
Yep.
Like, once you really know who they are. Then you can just be in a relationship for a long time, and sometimes some things just may run their course, and you might be like, you know what, this is just not there no more.
A reason, a season.
It's not about you. It's not about me. It's just not there no more.
Yeah.
And then you have the time where it's long enough to where you're like, yo, we done been through hell and high waters, and we still here. So we need this is it. I mean, we meant for each other. This is it.
Yeah.
I mean, we gonna take that step because we done already been through it all. Know what I mean? And we done been through it all, and I'm still in love with you.
Yeah.
I didn't leave you. Still here. You're still with me.
So regardless of what's coming up, we good. We good. We built something right.
Right.
And I think that what you just explained, not a lot of people actually go through that. Like, I'll never forget when people would tell Jen and I, like, we didn't even know you guys were dating. And I'm like, I didn't know I was supposed to be reporting this shit. You know what I'm saying? I think when people, especially like friends and family, right, they're like, oh, these two are dating. So when's it going to happen? When are you guys going to get married? When's the baby? When's this? When's that? Like, hey, we cool. We got our agenda. We ain't trying to speed, because I think when you do that, you create these expectations, and then you're not really yourself. You know what I mean? And we talked about presentation phase. You know, a lot of men and women have a presentation phase. They, act a certain way. I know certain men that would never fart in front of their girl. I'm like, that's fucking bananas. Like, that's some other shit. But like,
once you get comfortable, you just chilling. Like, that's just weird.
Better out than in. That's what I always say. But at the end of the day, if you can't do something as simple as that, to me, like, that's real problems that you got in the future with this person that you're calling your significant other. You know what I mean? Which I think why a lot of people are not getting married as early as they used to. You know what I mean? Plus, I think the stigma of a single female and just being out there, becoming an independent woman and having access to just saying, hey, I want to go date different men. I think it's not what it was, say, even in the 90s or even in the 2000s. You know what I mean?
It's definitely changed.
You could have done that shit, because back in the day, they would have called you a bird if you even was like, you want to do what and do what? Yeah. But I think that's just us growing.
Nah, I think if a female's grown, man, and she wants to do what she wants to do, I'm not worried about who she's fucking with or doing nothing like that. If she's doing it in a responsible manner, that's her business.
100%.
But you still get, like I said earlier today, you get people that, specifically a lot of males, that, oh, she's a smut, she's a hoe, she's this, she's that. It's like, bro, that shit to me is just corny, man, because, I don't really think there's a difference between really men and females and having multiple partners. Like, you can be a male whore too. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, and I know women out there that will not fuck with a man, even though he's fly and everything, because they know he fucks mad chicks, and they're like, I'm straight. That's just a turn off. I'm straight with that. Like, you're a hoe. Like, that's basically what they'll say. You're a hoe. And they'll really look at it the same way that a man looks at a female, even though she might be bad or whatever, and be like, yeah, you a hoe, whatever. So, like, it can apply both ways. I think that personally, when you get older, your main thing is like, man, listen, you're not going to meet a virgin, number one. Number two, your main thing is like, yo, what does this person bring to the table? And even if they're single, are they doing what they're doing in a responsible manner? That's all you should really be worried about, though. Right. I'm not worried about the next man hitting it. I'm not. That's all. To me, it would be like irrelevant. Yeah. At my age, I'm not really worried about that shit.
But you remember that shit though? You remember that? Like, back in the day, like, you used to be like, yo, she a virgin? Like, does that even exist anymore? It don't even exist no more, fam.
Of course. That's why I even said on my Facebook today, I was like, yo, I'm one of those dudes where I don't talk bad about female. Like, I'm not dragging a female, bro. Even if I know certain things about her and somebody is messing with her, or whatever, I'm gonna just tell my man that, yo, take it easy, take it slow, take your time, get to know her, make sure that you accept who she is.
Because he might be the one to change her, bro.
Yeah, like, I mean, when I say take your time, accept who she is, that means past, present, and future. You gotta find out all of that, bro.
100%.
And if you cool with that, then you cool with that, bro. Don't come to me talking about, yo, why you didn't tell me this, and this, because I'm straight. Because a lot of dudes will ask that shit, then they run back and be like, yo, Nyce told me blah 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 blah. Now I got beef with this bitch, and I ain't.
But that ain't your job, though. You feel me? Like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that beef. I don't need that drama. Now, I mean, only thing I'll tell one of my peoples, if it was one of my peoples that was fucking with a female, if I splashed before, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, her. All right, well, yo, I gotta let you know, I hit, because you probably don't want to. Hey, you might be cool with it, but I think it would be a little awkward.
They should know.
You married it, and then, like, I came to your crib and you just got done splashing, and I'm like, oh, what's up with wifey? Oh, she in the room. We was just getting it. We was getting it popping, and I'm like, yo, she still do the little thing with her hands. I don't know that.
It's like, I thought I was the only one. I thought I taught her that, though.
Right. Like, I feel like you just wouldn't want your man to know that type of shit. So I should probably tell you that, yo, I splashed before, but I'm not saying she's a smut. I'm not saying she's a hoe. I'm not saying nothing bad about her. I'm just saying I splashed before.
Right.
I mean,
you decide how you want to move with it. Yeah.
And look, there's plenty of bozos out there that's going to give you the rundown on a shorty anyway, bro. Yeah. So I don't
come to me with it.
Next man can have that headache, bro.
Yeah.
Now, next nigga had that headache. Because dudes talk all that shit. I just want to know if she's a smut. I want to know if she's a hoe. And
do you, though? Like, that's the question. Do you?
That's what I'm saying. As soon as you hit them and you be like, yeah, yo, she a hoe. She did X, Y, Z. They like, good looks, yo. As soon as they leave, they on the phone, fucking lying ass bitch.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Cliff and Nyce.
And
they
he said, yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then next thing you know, man, you the bad guy.
Yeah.
You the bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm great. I'm too old for that. I don't need that. I don't need that headache. I don't need that drama. I don't need to see a female in the club that I was cool with and I really never had no problem with, but I tried to look out for you on some bro shit.
And then all of a sudden,
she going to drink on me or some shit because I told my man he was a bird. Like, I'm straight with that. I don't need that shit.
But you know what too? That's also just shows the level that they're on. You know what I mean? They're not on their grown shit. That they're just still. I think they're still stuck or trying to figure themselves out because real men or real adults, women too. I'm not gonna just stick it with men, but I think real women as well. Just adults are past that shit. People that are secure. If you're secure with yourself and you know what it is that you're trying to do, and you're not like starstruck over the contour makeup that she has on or the wig or the implants that she got. Not even the real implants, but just the little chicken cutlet joints that's already in the pants or whatever. Or you're just like, you actually like her, you ain't really gonna be studying what anybody's saying. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like, and you're not gonna be running back like, well, he told me that you let him hit in 2 days. Like,
Right.
Even though we all got friends like that, though.
Yeah, we do. That's what I mean. I had an experience like that before. That's why I was like, I'm straight. I just don't put my business out. But that's one of the main. I'm straight.
Yeah.
I told somebody this little bozo went back on some. Yo, Nyce said da da da. And Shorty's like, yo, why the fuck you? I'm like, here we go, dog. You know what I'm saying? You told me to ask you. I looked out for you on some bro shit.
On some bro shit. Yeah.
I did. I looked out for you on some bro shit, and you went and did some hoe shit.
Yeah.
It's basically how I feel. So,
yeah. That's 100%. But let me ask you though. So, do you think, in looking at both sides, men and women, do you think that it's harder? So, let's say this female, like she wanted to apologize. Do you think that it's harder for a man, or a female to apologize? Like, is it harder for them to apologize, or to say that they need help, or for them to actually come out and just say like, "I love you"? I think it's easier for them to say "I love you" for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's easier for a female to say that, because I just see more men being very reluctant in saying that. I see that. I don't know if they're afraid of like what's to come after, or maybe they're just saying it just to hit. That's their game. I've never used that. That's not my game. Like, I only used it accordingly. You know what I'm saying? But like, so what do you think is harder for them? What do you think out of the three things? This is a PZ question. He said to apologize, to say that they need help, or just say "I love you." So I can't really give you all the thought process on this, because this was his question.
Yeah, I think it's probably harder for a man to admit that shit.
Yeah.
I think women are more in tune with their emotions than a lot of men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, men got to be tough. I mean, so they don't. It's hard for them to be like. I mean, not hard in a sense to say I'm sorry,
mm-hmm.
but to go beyond that and be like, yo, I need real help.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, whether it's therapy or something of that nature, right? I feel like men don't really want to go down that road, man. Their ego and they're too much pride. I feel like women are more, they're more likely to do that than men. Yeah, that's pretty where I'm at with that.
I think with the emotions too is where the ego comes in. I think if you like, it's weird. I just don't give a fuck about a lot of things. You know what I mean? Just because I'm just confident with me, and I know my circle. I got my wife to the side. I got my kids, my family, and my real inner circle people. So I know like, like if I got some shit going on, I can come to you, and like we've talked, on the side with everything going on, and you get it. You know what I mean? Where certain people, I think they're just not comfortable with themselves, or know who they are themselves, that they got to put this act, you know what I mean? Like a tough guy act. So I think sometimes, like, I think it's probably harder for a man to just apologize sometimes. I feel like because there's this stigma that we're supposed to be the tough guy, you know what I mean? Like, I could be a tough guy, but shit, I could be fucking vulnerable too. And I think that vulnerability allows me to better express myself with my wife, my kids and shit, you know what I'm saying? And understand who the hell they are too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at my son, like, he real emotional. He's 6, right? So he'd be like, Dad, so this other kid, he started shooting me in Fortnite, and then his other boy started shooting me, and they triple team me. What kind of thing is that, Dad? And I'm like, yo, it's going to be all right, CJ, it's going to be all right. He's like, nah, the other day you said it's okay to cry. I'm like, nah, not for video games, brother. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like we need to have a conversation with certain men about that shit, man. Like, hey, listen, cry about real shit. Be emotional about certain other things. Be real with your girl, especially if it's someone you love and you're just afraid of showing that you really love her, man. I think that's where shit gets fucked up.
Yeah, I think a lot of dudes do that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of dudes, even now though, like, it's probably, I think back in the day, dudes were probably more romantic and shit.
Because R&B was alive.
R&B was alive. But you see the difference now, right? Like, really look at it. Like, even the music, what the song, the lyrics we're talking about.
Word.
Right now, you see the R&B is completely different.
Oh my God, yeah.
Different. You don't have Boys to Men would never make it now.
Nah, not at all.
Today's day.
Not at all.
Not in today. You know what I mean? Like, they was they was on some romantic shit, but they was on some real. Some of their shit was on some real begging sucker shit too.
Nigga, I'm down on bending knee.
Yeah, right. And then remember, dudes like, come on, baby, I know you slept with him, but that's all right. I just want you back.
That sound like Carl Thomas. I don't wanna know, nigga. Yo, that dude. I never liked that
You know?
nigga, dog. I never liked that
But
guy.
back then it's weird, and it's not even that long ago. But you're like, yo, dudes was more like they was more romantic, bro. They
Yeah.
was more in touch with their emotional side. That's what I think. I mean, you can just see it how times have evolved now. It's like you trying to be extra emotional with a female or something like that. Dudes is clowning you, bro.
Yeah.
Dudes are clowning.
You know what? Not even dudes. I think certain females might even clown
Females
you,
will clown you too. Yeah,
which is
females
kind
will
of
clown
insane if you think about it. But I think this was like at least a month or two ago. Young M.A., and we all know who Young M.A. is. She was like, "We need some R&B back in here just to kind of level shit the fuck out." You know,
you. Right.
like, man, listen, I used to enjoy doing that shit. Listen to a little R&B, steal a couple lines here and there, and try to apply it. See how far it get me. You know what I mean? But
Right.
now, I don't know. But it is what it is, man. Shit. People are crazy, man. So what other fuckery? Let me ask you a quick question. Outside of the corona, have you heard anything with these elections that got you saying like your boy's gonna get reelected again?
Nah, I've really been saying from day one that I think that Biden's gonna win that shit because he's the closest thing to Obama that you're gonna get right now.
I'm gonna bet $50. I'm gonna put it here first. Facebook. Anybody want to bet? I think he's gonna lose. I think there's too many people that are falling for this shit that's going on and this little stimulus money we're getting. I think people forget what Obama did. I just don't think people give a fuck unless it really affects them, bro. You know what I'm saying? They don't look long term. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm afraid of Biden. I've been noticing some shit. Like I feel like he might have like dementia or something, bro. He just be like lost sometimes when he be speaking. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's why I'm saying I don't endorse him. I don't even really know what his policies are. I just feel like people love Obama so much that he's the closest thing you're gonna get to Obama. That was Obama. Then, Obama now endorsed him. So I feel like all Obama has to say is, go with him. And I know people say, oh, Obama endorsed Hillary too. Yeah, but Biden's not Hillary.
Right.
Biden's not. So that holds no weight to me for that argument. It holds no weight. So, like I said, I've been saying this from the beginning, and it's not due to policy. It's not due to anything because people vote off of emotion, man. A lot of people vote off of their emotions. They're not going on what this person's policies are and shit like that. Some do, but most don't.
Right.
Most go off of emotion. We know that. So I think emotionally, a lot of people will vote for him, bro, just because it's that, he's something like Obama. And then just because they may dislike Trump enough, they're going to vote for him. And so I don't know. I mean, the polls, they've done a few different polls, yo, and he's still winning on them polls. Bro.
Yeah.
And a lot of swing states that Trump won and Hillary lost by like this. I think if that was Biden, bro, I don't think Biden would have lost them swing states. So at the end of the day, I think he's going to win.
I'm fearful of these people, man. I'm just fearful of the American people sometimes, bro. No bullshit. You know what I mean?
And I keep saying this too, like people get this confused, bro. Like number one, just because I don't support Trump doesn't mean that I hate Trump. I don't know him to hate him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And also I'm gonna tell you what really bothers me, like even more than Trump. It's a lot of his supporters, bro. They annoy the fuck out of me. They annoy the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Tell him.
Like they do. They annoy the fuck out of me, bro. Like there's ignorance on both sides. Don't get me wrong, but I don't care about Obama supporters. Obama ain't in office no more. So I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Stop pointing to what Obama did. This is what they sound like, bro. Like literally, sound like kids, bro. You ever talk to a kid? Yo, don't do that, and they're like, Timmy did it before. You're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how Obama supporters acted right now because he's not in office.
He's not in office. Yeah.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, we here now.
I mean, it's how y'all act, and like I said, it's not all of them. It's just there's a lot of them that just annoy the fuck out of me, bro. And it's just like that's why I put stuff up basically to kind of antagonize them because they aggravate.
Yeah.
The word they do, they aggravate the shit out of me, bro. So,
well,
I'm not voting for Trump, and I'm not endorsing Trump, but I don't hate the dude because I don't know him enough to hate him.
You don't know, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't hate none of these. I just don't think he's not a good leader. He doesn't have good leadership qualities.
He's the president of the United States. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't think to be the president, yo. I feel like you can tell every time he opens his mouth and it's unscripted, right? He says the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
He says the dumbest shit, and it's like, yo, this is the dude you got running the free world right now, bro. Like whenever he doesn't probably have a speech written for him or something prepared, listen to what he says.
And then look at him looking to the side, asking, he's like, is this when it's going to come out? I think, yeah. Is that what it? I don't know. We're going to ask him. He likes to pass the buck, man.
Yeah, man. And
that dude's nuts.
He'll just say things that is just, you're just like, damn, did he really say that? You know, and I don't care what anybody says. Obama fucked up too, but Obama wasn't up there saying he could articulate himself.
Yeah.
He could articulate himself well.
Yep.
Very well.
Yeah. Well, the difference, you know, you have an attorney going against I don't want to call him a sleazeball, but just a sleazeball that just is a businessman. Yeah, I mean, he's a hustler, bro. He's a hustler.
You see the video I posted earlier today with him dancing with all them chicks?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you're telling me that this dude is a successful businessman and they're having parties and shit in the 80s, 70s, 80s. You're going to tell me this dude wasn't blowing lines, drinking liquor, fucking call girls? Of course he was. Of course he was.
He said grab pussy, nigga?
I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. I'm cool with it. Whatever. Yep. Right? But let's keep it real.
Yeah.
If that was Obama.
Oh, my God. Come on.
Come on.
He would have been locked up. He never would have made it. He never would have made it. He needed to be. I think he was an anomaly. Obama was an anomaly where you needed somebody like him to just be super squeaky clean. Like, you see what they were trying to do. They was like, he's not a citizen. Like, they're like, there's nothing on this guy. He smokes cigarettes.
Even who said it? Ari Spears said it. He was like, if Obama was Bernie Mac black, he would have never been. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Like, he couldn't even be. His skin tone couldn't even be too black, bro. He was just the right skin tone. You understand what I'm saying? He was just the right skin tone. Because if he was up there, and I laughed my ass off when he said that shit, but I laughed because I know it was true.
Where?
I was like, yeah. Dude couldn't have no Bernie Mac black up there.
No. America ain't ready for that. America's not ready for that. And that's why there was an article, I think they had asked by then, TMZ, they said, would he have Michelle Obama as his running mate? And he's like, he would love to. He better not. America ain't ready for that. America ain't ready for that. I mean, they're not ready for that. I would love to see it because then I feel like, okay, we have, you know what I mean? We have an Obama in the house again. Because, you know, I'm sure she's gonna be like, hey, Barack, let me ask you something. What'd you think about this? When they're late night, you know what I'm saying? Late night talk. But I don't think I don't know. I think Biden should stay away from that. You know what I mean? If anything, if I'm him, he should get like Bernie Sanders to me. Because Bernie has a crew.
Bernie, bro.
But I just don't know that Bernie is willing to, I don't want to say take second seat or take a back seat. I just don't know that the two can coexist. I think it's just two alpha dogs. But if they're really trying to do it for America, then, you know, they would do it for that. But on that note, I wanted to just play this record right here because we're past the 1 hour plus mark. But I thought this was out here. I can't show y'all the video, but I did put the link on there. Y'all can check them out. Let me know what y'all think. There was a challenge going around. Nobody told me. It's called the Stop Playing Challenge. I think this dude at bars, I won't say who it is, but I'm sure after you see his photo, you'll be like, aha. Y'all tell me what you think, man.
Stop playing with me. Tom G, what up? Stop playing. Slaughter, what up? Stop playing with me. Stop playing, fuck nigga. Stop playing. Stop motherfucking playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Let's get it. Stop playing, yeah. They say my daddy got some paper. What the fuck they gotta do with me? They go for 35, 27 if you cool with me. I'm paranoid, so I'd rather keep it true with me. Pretty little bitch texting what she about to do to me. I seen paper as a youngin' and been holding
sincere.
Baby mom Dominican, my son a border prince. We here hate, we just choose to ignore the shit. BVS is on the cross, she a spoiled bitch. But never mind that, be in my ball cap, and I'ma rep the dog for the pills and the soft fat. Your favorite rapper line, he be rapping in all cap. I keep it sincere, but I'm spitting his own fat. My niggas know it, but it's time I let the streets know. Your gun's insulated, you never let the heat go. I've been outside, you was looking through the peephole. I done hit them all, chinks, picks, and the gringos. Oh, yeah, stop playing with me.
Woo. Yeah, a couple bars.
Sin got some bars, though.
Couple bars. We need more, though, Sin. Can't just get happy for one and then disappear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check him out, man. I'm trying to push him out there. You know, it's sincere, my brother, my real brother. but blood brother, as they'll say. But nah, I think dude got talent, man. I actually told him because we're kind of the same. And sometimes I get in my own way, and I appreciate you and Peazy saying, "Yeah, Cliff, this can work," or whatever. If this is an idea or whatever, and he gets in his own way a lot of times, and it was good to see him actually just step up, do his thing. I think he has a lot of talent. He has a lot of shit. I think he's a lot better than a lot of rappers out here. And there's a lot of rappers that are actually doing the damn thing. So send salute to you. If you listen out there, again, he was on there earlier. Appreciate you checking us as every time, man. I'm done for now. We can always link back up, man. I want to get Peazy back in here. Plus there's some new shit that I'm working on for the people. Nyce got some shit that he's working on for the people, and we'd like to display. We had to press that reset button, which we did thanks to COVID-19. But I'm done. You got anything for the people, man?
Nah, just stay tuned, man. That's it.
Yeah, stay safe. Don't drink Clorox or bleach. Lysol your hands. Wash your hands often. You go somewhere, you come home, wash your hands immediately. Spray it down, because you don't know what you've touched that could carry it, because it can sit on your clothes for, was it 11 or 12 hours? I forget.
It was a long time.
Yeah. But just keep that shit out of your house, man. A lot of people are passing. Rest in peace to a couple of my patients that have, obviously I can't say names because of HIPAA compliance. They were friends of the family. They've been patients for over 30 plus years. And unfortunately, they've lost the battle of COVID. So rest in peace to them. And rest in peace to anybody that lost their lives or loved ones during this fuckery we call COVID-19. But yeah, man, on that note, I ain't got nothing to say, but I don't know.
Yeah. Now we out, bro.
All right, man. GMS the podcast. Thank you for your support. And on that note, we out. Peace.